Alright then, what is going on guys and girls? Welcome back to the GolfMagic channel. I'm Alex, the video and equipment editor here at GolfMagic, and today I'm bringing you a Brooks Koepka What's in the Bag. Brooks Koepka is arguably one of the best players in the world, and he has just won at the Waste Management Phoenix Open in dominating fashion with an unbelievable final round performance. But it's not only his game that gets a lot of people talking, it's also what clubs he has in the bag. Brooks Koepka is a free agent, meaning that he's not tied down to any equipment brands. That means he can make whatever choices he wants, and these always come to be the most interesting bag choices because he has an array of stuff which I'm going to get into right now. So first things first, let's talk driver. Brooks Koepka has gone kind of all over the place with driver in terms of the releases. He used to have quite an old TaylorMade driver, and he has now switched to the TaylorMade Sim 2 driver. This one right here. He has it in 10.5 degrees with a Mitsubishi Diamana shaft with 70 grams, that's obviously an X-Flex. Brooks is one of the longest hitters on tour and averages about 120 miles an hour club head speed, so it's not surprising that this club made him hit absolute bombs at the Phoenix Open. Afterwards, let's go on to the 3-wood, and this is where it gets quite interesting. So Brooks Koepka has a TaylorMade M2 Tour High Loft 3-wood. That's a good 4 to 5 years old, and he has this in a 16.5 degrees and with a Mitsubishi Diamana 80 gram shaft in X-Flex. Quite strange as you can see, and I think it comes down to the fact that when golfers really like a golf club, they don't tend to switch unless they have to. Brooks Koepka, the free agent, doesn't need to switch, but I've tried the M2 High Loft and it's an unbelievable club, so it's no surprise that he's kept that in the bag for the last few years. Now next up, he goes straight to his 3-iron or driving iron, and if you haven't seen this, Brooks is kept with a very strange 3-iron. He's got a Nike Vapor Pro 3-iron. So this is a blue 3-iron that is extremely rare. It's very difficult to get. You can get off eBay a few times, but it is a very expensive golf club to get because Nike have discontinued it. They've discontinued selling golf clubs completely, so this one is very rare, and he hits this one absolutely miles, easily 260 yards. He has this iron in a Fujikura Tour Spec 95 gram shaft, which isn't too bad, that's not too surprising, and obviously that is different to his current iron setup, which I'll get into right now. So Brooks Koepka has the Srixon ZX7 irons in his bag from forward to pitching wedge. I'm not surprised about this at all, because being a free agent, he gets to choose one of the best irons in the game, and these are the Srixon ZX7 irons. I've tested these before and compared these against other golf clubs, and these for me are perhaps the best feeling irons I've ever had. He has these in the DG True Temper X100 shaft, which are obviously quite stiff, and it's just a very smart decision by Brooks, and that I think is one of the reasons as to why he won the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Now let's get on to the scoring clubs. Let's get on to his wedges. So Brooks uses the Titleist Vokey SM8 wedges in 52 degrees and 56 degrees, which isn't too surprising, and he has that in a S400 shaft, which is slightly less stiff than the X100s, which you see a lot in pros bags. Then he has a 60 degree wedge, but this is not an SM8. This is an SM5, and what must be a lucky club that he's kept in his bag for quite a while. That's probably got a few marks on it, but again, with clubs that he doesn't need to change, there's really no need. He has this one as well in an S400 shaft too, to stay consistent for all his wedges. And finally, the moneymaker, Brooks Koepka's putter. He does not change this too often at all, and he has the Scotty Cameron T10 Newport 2 putter. Obviously a very expensive tour putter that you can't exactly get off the shelves, but with Brooks, choosing a brand like Scotty Cameron for a putter, I'm not surprised by at all. They're one of the softest feeling putters you can possibly get, and Brooks is a pretty decent putter. Does need to improve, as it is one part of his game that isn't his strongest, but I'd say he's got the right club in his bag to do that. Finally, let's go on to golf ball. Brooks has the Titleist Pro V1 X, the new version, in his bag, and he stayed true to that for a long time. Not surprising, as Titleist is one of the best ball manufacturers in the game right now. Do I think that'll change? Not unless he gets tied to a golf brand. Do I think Brooks Koepka is going to get tied to a golf brand? We've seen Brooks' personality. He is a guy who does what he wants when he wants, and it's very impressive. I don't think Brooks is going to get tied down to a golf brand because he just really likes his setup. If he wanted to change it, he would go to a golf brand. There were rumours he was going to go to Srixon and Cleveland and have a whole setup with a Srixon ZX7 driver, Cleveland wedges. Do I think that's going to happen? I don't think so after that win, because if you win, you don't want to change anything. Do I think Brooks is going to win again this year? Absolutely. This is filmed before the Genesis Invitational. Could have won that because he's in the field this week, going off some very hot form. I think Brooks is in a real shout if does continue his form to actually get another major this year, maybe even the Masters, and I cannot wait to see how he performs. If you guys have enjoyed this video showcasing Brooks Koepka's what's in the bag, leave a like down below and let us know what you guys want to see next. Next week we've got someone extra special, so keep your eyes peeled for that. If you guys are new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below to keep up to date with all our videos like this one. We've got equipment reviews, challenges, course vlogs, whatever you guys want to keep you guys entertained through lockdown and also when lockdown ends as well. I'll see you guys at the next video.